Hey guys, so today I have a really exciting video for you. I will be doing a book outlet unboxing, if you couldn't tell by the giant box beside me here. I did place a book outlet order. I think I ordered about 15 books, which I know sounds super crazy. I did find a coupon, so I think it was like $70 in total with everything. And before you get all judgmental saying that I have enough books, I did this as a reward to myself. I'm sure half of you care and half of you don't. I have lost about 40 pounds, nearing 45, so I thought, why not? I'm gonna treat myself. It's my birthday month and I've lost a lot of weight. So all of these books are books I've been wanting for quite some time. I have been watching them on Book Outlet and on my wish list, so I'm excited to finally open them. So yeah, let's get right into the unboxing. So this is my giant box that I got to pick up when I came home from work today. So let's get right into her. I have my scissors. We're in. Okay, don't know if I'm going to be able to lift it to show you, but I see one book and the rest is in paper, so I will just pull them out and we'll go through them together. So the first one that I saw in the box was Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. I have read Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by this author and I really enjoyed it. I have heard this one is, I think, one of her best ones and one of the most heartbreaking. So this one follows a girl named Taylor whose family decides to spend one last summer at the beach where I believe she grew up, or she spent every summer there. So she goes back and sees all of her old friends and her old crush. So yeah, I think it is just kind of like going back to her basics and her home roots. So I'm really looking forward to this. It is a lot thicker than I thought it would be. So unfortunately summer's over, but whenever I get really cold in these Canadian winters, I'll probably pick this one up. So the next is Truth or Dare by Jacqueline Green. I've never seen this in a bookstore. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not trying to shade the book, I'm just being honest. I'd added it to my wish list back in like 2013, and then if you watched my August book haul, I have the new method where I go through my old books, see if they still interest me, and this one was on there, and the plot still sounded really interesting, and it was on Book Outlet, super cheap. I wish I had the receipts handy so I could tell you how much each of these books cost, but just know they were super cheap and they'd be in Canadian prices anyway. But yes. So this one kind of sounds like Nerve. I haven't read that book or seen that movie, but I watched the movie trailer and I know the general synopsis. So this is about a girl named Caitlin who goes to a house party and they are playing a giant game of Truth or Dare. But after the party has ended, she and I think a couple of her other friends start getting messages from dares, and if they don't do it then their secrets are going to be revealed. So I'm sure it's going to be kind of cheesy and kind of catty because it's high school drama. I didn't know this was a trilogy, so I don't know, maybe I'll enjoy it, maybe I won't. It sounds like something I'm going to enjoy, so I'm quite looking forward to it. Okay, this is so exciting. I haven't done an unboxing in so long. I picked up Love Is All You Need by Deb Coletti. I think this is a bind-up of 2 novels. Maybe. I've never read anything by this author, but I've seen her books everywhere. I don't know what this is about because I think it's a bind-up, but I don't know for sure, so I don't want to talk about it too much in case I'm mistaken. But I love the simplicity of this cover and even the spine. So I think it was like less than $2. It was super cheap. So perfect summer read, floppy paperback. Okay, let's take some of the paper out. Vanishing Girls by Lauren Oliver. I keep buying her books and then unhauling them, even though I do genuinely want to read them. I just never do. So I got this one in paperback, so it wasn't horribly expensive, so hopefully I don't unhaul this one. But this one is about 2 sisters named Dara and Nick who used to be inseparable, but then there was an accident causing one of the girls to have scarring on her face. And then one of the girls goes missing on her birthday, and the other sister thinks it's a joke, and then the one sister ends up trying to find the other one. So I think it's gonna be good. It sounds good and it has high reviews compared to the other ones, and I think this was on my most anticipated before it even came out. I just never picked it up because I never read her books, but quite looking forward to this one. You'll notice I got a lot of paperbacks because they were so cheap I could justify buying more for lesser value. Quite excited about it. just as excited as I am for The Shock of the Fall by Nathan Filer. This has been on my list for years. I have wanted to read this book so bad. All that I know is it is an award-winning novel about mental illness, and I think it is a guy's perspective, and it might be more adult than young adult. I'm not too sure. I've had this on my Amazon wishlist for forever. It is one of the first books that I added, so I'm excited about this. This one is much thicker than I thought. Christine by Stephen King, and I got the edition that matches my Misery cover, or pretty similar too. It has a different texture to it, but it looks about the same. This one, I don't know what it's about. I think it's about a car that comes to life. That's about all I know. I like Stephen King. I have many of his novels, and I do really want to read it. Don't know if I ever will, but I think it's at least slightly bigger than this one. I don't know. I enjoy his novels. They just take me so long to read, so I thought I'd add another to my collection. There's more paper. Okay. The Darkest Corners by Kara Thomas, again, has been on my wish list for so long. When I went to the Book Outlet store, I went looking for this one and I couldn't find it. So I'm happy that they had it back in stock online. This one I think is, again, another mental illness one, but that's about all I know. Unwind by Neil Shusterman, again, one that I've had on my wish list for so long and that everybody but me has read. I don't think I've ever read a Neil Shusterman book, even though there are quite a few that I want to read. This one, I couldn't tell you what it was about at all. So, I got Beautiful Lies by Jessica Warman. This one, again, wishlist for years, so I was excited to find all of these on Book Outlet super cheap since I'd planned to buy most of them anyway. This one is about two twins, Alice and Rachel, who have a very deep connection to each other. When one gets injured, you can see it on the other twins. Like, if one gets punched, then, like, the other one bruises, or they both bruise. I don't know. It doesn't matter. And so one of the twins disappears, and then bruises and marks start appearing on the not missing twin's body. So I guess it's gonna go really bad and, like, very creepy. This might sound weird, but it reminded me, I feel like there was a Lindsay Lohan movie that, like, she played the same character and something similar happened in that. I don't know if I'm just imagining that, because whenever I try to find it, I can't find that movie, but I swear it was Lindsay Lohan. If you can think of what that movie's called and that I'm not crazy, please let me know, because I swear that this was a movie. I don't know if it's based off of this story or if it has any connection to it, but I swear that I've watched this in a movie. The Devil's Arithmetic by Jane Yolen. I picked this up because when I was in grade 11 in my religion class, we watched the movie with, what's her name? The girl from the original Spider-Man. I don't remember her name. It'll come to me after. And it's just about this Jewish girl. It's kind of like modern, but not really. It's like set in the 90s. It's about this Jewish girl who doesn't really understand her family traditions and, like, the history and stuff, and she's very distracted and she doesn't really care. But then she kind of gets transported back to when her family was in concentration camps during the Holocaust. So it was so heartbreaking, but it was such an emotional story that you can't help but connect to. So I really, really loved the movie. It is one of my favorite movies, so I'm so looking forward to seeing how it was originally done in the book. I picked up Fate by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, thinking this was the first book. It's not. This is the second book in a series, so I'll have to get the first. As many of you know, she is one of my favorite authors. She wrote the Natural series, which I have recently finished, so I thought I would start in on another one of hers. From what I understand of this series, not this book specifically because it's a sequel, is that it's kind of like a magical realism, but it has, like, fantasy elements in it. She has, like, extra abilities, and she's a high school student, like, by day, and then kind of, like, controls the world by night. That's what I understand of this series. I love her writing. I don't think she can do any wrong, so I'm looking forward to reading some of her other works. I picked up Flawed by Cecilia Ahern. I love this cover. I love that it's like this kind of a jacket, so I think that's really pretty. So this is a young adult, I think her first young adult, because she wrote P.S. I Love You. And it is about this society where if you do something wrong, you get branded. Like you get tried or whatever, and if you're found guilty, you get branded. So everybody knows it is kind of like the Scarlet Letter, but it could be less serious than adultery. So I think this is going to be interesting. I'm quite looking forward to it. Never read any of her books as much as I wanted to, so I think this will be a good one to start with because it sounds right up my alley. I picked up 1,000 Words by Jennifer Brown. This is the author of The Hate List, which is another one of my favorite books. Sorry, sun is setting. It's late here. So this one is a young adult contemporary about a girl named Ashley whose boyfriend is going away to college for the summer. So her friends convince her to send him a nude picture, and she does because she loves him and she wants him to remember her and all of that. So they end up breaking up, and he forwards the picture to all of his friends. So this kind of just follows her life after that and all of the repercussions and how she learns and how she grows and all of that. So I think it's going to be really good. Hate List was one of my favorites, so I'm looking forward to this one. On the last two, I picked up Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. Haven't read anything about this author, except I have wanted to. I've had a couple of her books on my wish list. This one, I'm not sure what it's about. I think it's a young adult fantasy. Everybody was talking about it, and I think the sequel just recently came out. It is much bigger than I thought, like it's taller. So, I don't know. It was super cheap, and everybody was talking about it. And it does sound interesting when I read the plot. I just don't remember what it's about right now. So. And then the last one. Let me move this box off my lap. The last book that I bought was The Body Finder by Kimberly Durting. This is one that I've wanted for so long. I've been wanting to read this book forever. So from what I understand, this book is about a girl named Violet who can sense when people are murdered. I guess she can like sense like the sixth sense, but when they've been murdered, and kind of like uses that to help avenge deaths and figure out finding the murderers and stuff. So, and I think she falls in love with the killer of one guy, so I don't know. It sounds really good. It is a completed 4-book series, I think. So yeah. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be a quick read, and it's one that I've hyped myself so high for, so quite looking forward to it. So yeah, those are the 15 books that I ordered off of Book Outlet to celebrate myself, because treat yourself, and I have no regrets. I do have a lot of reading ahead of me though. So yeah, if you've read any of the books that I hauled, make sure you let me know what you thought of them, which ones you would like me to read first, and if there's any you'd like me to read and post a review of, make sure you let me know. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I still will have a book haul for the end of September because of all of those new releases. But yeah, look forward to a new video soon. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!